Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius.
And Aušra Motuzaitė Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 715 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Ben and he writes, 1. Goal: to play more complex pieces such as Bach D minor Dorian toccata and fugue fluently. 2. Obstacle: advanced age 76, although I did study organ at ages 15 through 17 and violin from age 9 and have a good knowledge of music theory. Fortunately, now being semi-retired, I have time to practice, so help to get back to where I was as teenager and advance beyond that will be useful. Thanks. So, Aušra, what do you think? It's a very interesting goal, quite unusual to play Bach's Dorian toccata and fugue.
Yes, it is, because most of the people would want to play another D minor toccata, because everyone knows that one. Even people who had no idea about what the organ is. We definitely have seen maybe a movie by Walt Disney where this music is played, and like those cell phones also had a melody. One of the choices was also D minor toccata. So, but Dorian toccata is not as well known.
It's probably not as often played, but it's obviously one of those important pieces in the repertoire as well. In addition to D major prelude and fugue, all the other toccatas, right? Fantasia and fugue in G minor, E flat major prelude and fugue, and a few others.
Yes, and although it might not be as complex and difficult to play as, for example, E minor prelude and fugue wedge, or for example, G minor fantasy and fugue, but it's still a major piece by J.S. Bach. And it's too bad that Ben did not tell us how well he played when he was 17 years old, how advanced he was on the organ. Could he play this toccata well at that age? Because if he was capable of playing it at a young age, then it would not be as hard probably for him to regain his skills and to play it. But if he haven't had that high level as to play this piece, then it might be more challenging to do it and achieve his goal. Because to be honest, with every year probably our abilities diminish slightly.
Definitely. It's with time, with age, of course, he is 76. Yeah, you have to start slowly and pick up gradually to where you were decades ago. It's like building a muscle again. Although the goal is complex, right? Advanced goal. And in addition to the Dorian toccata, he could play many other advanced pieces if he could play Dorian toccata. But it would probably be wise to play intermediate pieces before that. Even basic pieces before that. Chorales from Orgelbüchlein, if he is into Bach style. Do a few of those right before that. Why not to play 8 little preludes and fugues?
Yes, that would be an excellent preparation for this Dorian toccata and fugue.
And after this collection, he could play a few longer preludes and fugues, like 533, for example, or 535. They are a little longer than little preludes and fugues, maybe 5 pages long, right? But shorter than D minor Dorian toccata. And after that, probably he would need to do some easier toccatas, right? Like and preludes and fugues, like A minor 543, or C minor 546.
Yes,
Right?
that's
It's still
true.
a major work, but not as demanding technically and virtuosically as the Dorian toccata. Very, very virtuosic work.
Yes, because if you will pick up way above your current abilities, it might discourage you from achieving your goal. And if you pick up the piece which is too easy for you, for example, to do, then it won't be challenging enough and you will not improve fast enough. So I see your repertoire always needs to be just a little bit harder than what you are comfortable at that time. And then gradually, you could add to.
I agree. It's step-by-step approach. It's like building your physical training routine, right? Or a marathon. If you want to train for a marathon running, you never start with even 5 kilometers, 5 miles, or 10. You start, I don't know, 1 or half of a kilometer, or even walking, just walking, and alternating walking, running, alternating a couple of minutes walking and couple of minutes of running a little bit. Adding probably 10% of what you could do every week, a little bit more.
Yes, and it's good that Ben has a good knowledge of music theory that might also help him, in his goal, achieving his goal. But only good music theory won't, move your fingers. But it can help you in the difficult situations. Maybe you can master, the musical text faster in that way because you know how the piece is put together, which key are you playing in, you can see the structure of the piece, like cadences, modulations, and all that kind of stuff. So this is useful and helpful.
Yeah, those patterns would be easier understandable to a person with a good knowledge of musical theory. But of course, we don't know what does it mean good, right? Good is relative to every person. Um, we aren't sure, right? What does he mean about that? So
Well, but sometimes, especially, because I also have a good
me too.
knowledge of
That's
music
a
theory.
thing.
Yes, I have a
We
good
both
knowledge.
have good knowledge of musical theory.
And I know many of organ pieces that I would want to play, and I know them well, like really how we are structured and how we sound. And it seems so easy. I'll just jump on the organ and I'll play it. But, well, my fingers slow me down because anyway, I have to achieve certain level and, learn the text and be able to play it fluently. So sometimes it might be even disadvantage because you might want, to sit down at the organ and play it like at the concert tempo right away. Because you know music so well and you know how it's put together. But you still need to move your fingers and your fingers need to listen to you.
Plus, when a person self-evaluates their own grasp of music theory or technique, let's say, they are not necessarily very objective about it. As we mentioned before, we both have good grasp of musical theory, right? And question is Ben at the same level as we?
Well, anyway, I think that in this case, not the music theory knowledge is a problem, but that big gap of, not practicing organ for so many years. And, advanced stage. That's a real part of a problem. Because, even when you are 100 years old, if you don't have like dementia or Alzheimer, you can still learn the music theory. It's easier when you know to make your fingers move as fast.
Because it's muscle movement, muscle memory also. And at that age, it's much more difficult to do than there were when people were teenagers at young age.
And of course, be careful, don't practice too much because, keep in mind that, you might hurt your muscles or your joints. And that wouldn't be nice because all the traumas that you would get at, older age might, not be as at younger age. So don't overuse your hands and your feet.
So I hope this was useful to Ben and others. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching and practice materials for every area of organ playing, thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Buy Me a Coffee platform.
Find out more at buymeacoffee.com/organduo.